The most common way to die, if you ignore stuff like heart disease, the flu, or catching an arrow to the neck, is being crushed by a vending machine. And you might be wondering, why is there a vending machine in my Minecraft world? And the answer is, aren't you tired of punching trees and going mining? Hasn't it gotten boring? So to skip this mining and crafting, I let you buy everything you need from a vending machine. You don't start off with any emeralds though, so I let you pick up and shake villagers down to make their emeralds drop. And as a bonus, you'll also get anything that they traded recently. Having their brain whip back and forth like this will give these villagers CTE though, which will make them randomly violent. So if you don't want that to happen, you can hide near the vending machine and wait for the guy who restocks it, and then you can rob him by picking him up and shaking him around. He's going to be dizzy after though, and if he bumps into the vending machine, this will happen. You might be saying, Fingies, I don't like violence. How come we can't just pick up the vending machine and shake it around like this? And first of all, you're still stealing from a hardworking vending machine restocker. And secondly, just like in real life, if you try to pick up a vending machine, it will fall and crush you. Even if you just hit it once with your pickaxe, boom, crushed. So you'll need to move it with pistons, and you'll also need to make sure all 3 pistons go off at once, or else this will happen. If you're thinking, the game is called Minecraft, not use vending machine, that's too bad, because I also replaced the end dimension with the vend dimension, which actually still looks like the end dimension, but it's in a giant vending machine. Anyways, you'll need to move 12 vending machines into a portal shape like this to enter the vend, where the vending machine dragon will be waiting for you. Instead of having dragon's breath, this guy has vending machine breath. But the good news is that the vend is full of vendormen who will take those shots for you. And you can also throw vendor pearls, which spawn a vending machine wherever they land. There's also this rare vending machine, but just like in real life, what's not rare is heart disease. If you buy and eat too much pork from the vending machines, your hearts will start to get diseased, and you'll start to experience these random chest pains. This obviously damages the stuff inside your chest, so like damaged blocks are going to end up looking like this, and a damaged totem of undying will only bring you half back to life. But the more heart disease you have, the more chest pain you'll have, to the point where you'll have to start feeding aspirin to all your chests to keep your items safe. We don't actually know how aspirin works in real life, so in Minecraft, you can only get aspirin from naturally spawning aspirin ore. And to stay consistent with Minecraft's game design, you can obviously make aspirin armor, which looks sick, as well as aspirin swords, which actually strengthen whatever they hit, and aspirin pickaxes, which do the same thing but for blocks. This means you can get a ton of aspirin from one strong aspirin ore block, and just like in real life, you can obviously give them to villagers to start an opiate epidemic. Speaking of getting villagers sick, I also added Tetanus to Minecraft. It's unrealistic that blocks can float like this, so I made them fall unless you craft these nails and use a mace to hammer the blocks into place. To prevent you from just not placing floating blocks, I also made it so that blocks will slide off of each other. So basically, if you don't want this to happen to your house, you'll have to hammer every single block down after you place it. The good news is you can also hammer mobs to the ground to keep them still. So instead of building a crowded villager trading hall, you can have them all out in the open like this. What's even better is that these nails will get rusty over time, which will give your mob tetanus, and that'll stiffen up their muscles and make them immobile anyways. You can then mine the nail to get it back, and if you hammer a rusty nail into someone in Minecraft, it'll give them tetanus instantly. And don't worry if you're not good at PvP, because you can also set up traps like this. If you're playing single player, you're probably not going to end up falling on your own nail though, and you can avoid heart disease by just becoming Muslim and not eating pork. So I added Pneumonia to Minecraft, which could happen to anyone. In vanilla Minecraft, the rain doesn't do anything. You don't even get wet, so you definitely don't get cold or sick, and it doesn't leave puddles or anything. So instead, I made it rain cats and dogs in Minecraft. When it rains a cat or a dog, it'll spill all of its cat or dog juice into a puddle, and if it's really raining cats and dogs, your world will get flooded quickly. And it's not great to have to swim through cat and dog juice, but your biggest problem is that it hurts a lot when you get hit by a falling cat, and they're falling so quickly that they'll actually break through blocks. So your options are to either place down slime blocks everywhere, or craft this umbrella to protect yourself. I couldn't figure out how to make it work if it's in your left hand though, so you just always have to hold it. But on the bright side, we now have a way to mine water. You can also place umbrellas down to permanently protect an area, which means if you don't want your house to be drenched in cat and dog juice, you just have to decorate it with some umbrellas like this. You might be thinking, okay, I'll just live in a desert where it doesn't rain. So to make you want to interact with the rain, I changed it from raining cats and dogs into raining cat girls and dog girls. And these cat girls can do anything that a girl can, like be a doctor, a lawyer, or even a presidential candidate. And they can do all this because girls go to college to get more knowledge. These cat girls do want a boyfriend though, which means I had to add Jupiter to Minecraft since all the boys went to Jupiter to get more stupider. So if you find this new cat girl spaceship structure, you can put some rockets into the fuel compartment, and you and all the cat girls will be flown to Jupiter. Since this video is about adding realistic ways to die to Minecraft, if you leave the spaceship without a helmet, your head will explode. But if you mine some of the glass from the spaceship and use it as a helmet, you can explore Jupiter. And I coded this whole thing pretty sloppily, so there are still ruined portals on Jupiter. And if you light one, you can go to the Jupiter Nether, which is like the regular nether, but it's more spacey, and if you take your helmet off, your head will explode. There's also alien cat girls there, which can do anything an alien girl can, like be an alien doctor, an alien lawyer, or even an alien presidential candidate. To round out this video, I added an oddly specific realistic way to die, which is to catch an arrow to the neck. To do that, I first had to add necks, and vanilla combat is pretty boring, so now you have to left and right click a mob's neck to break it. But be careful because they're trying to do the same thing to you. And even if you had a totem of undying, I don't see how it's going to fix your neck. And it's pretty hard to play the game like this, so in hardcore worlds, you'll need to separate a skeleton's head from its body to get a replacement neck. And this works fine, but it's annoying to have to build a skeleton neck factory just to stay alive. So I added this giraffe to Minecraft, and no mob in Minecraft can reach high enough to break a giraffe neck. So if you trap a giraffe in a deep hole and separate its head from its body, you can equip it for yourself, and then you won't have to worry about other mobs. You can also walk around and break zombie necks without them breaking yours. Although I did add a delay after you eat food because now it has to go down your long neck before it gets to your stomach. If you want to have a giraffe neck, or be a cat girl, or walk around with a vending machine crushing your head, you can download my cosmetic mod at fingies.com. Everyone else with a mod can see it, and everything from this video is free, but you can also buy fingernails, which have no relation to the tetanus nails, to buy some special cosmetics, and it really helps me out. I'm adding next time, so like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.